Do you agree or disagree with Public Nitiwu that the president has no reason justified
and it's offensive to him
to not use the presidential jet? Because as far as it's concerned, it's in a pristine shape. It's good to go.
Well, yesterday I was on the floor of Parliament when the Speaker of Parliament, well, the one who was sitting as the Speaker, Honorable Assafuah, read a communication from the President. You know, as part of our proceedings, anytime that we sit, when we are done with our votes and proceedings, per the order paper, if there is any communication or whatsoever from the Presidency, then the Speaker of Parliament will take his time and go through that communication to us. It was at that time when the Honorable Speaker sitting at the time communicated to the House that His Excellency the President had traveled outside the country or was traveling outside the country and was informing the House that Professor Jane Nana will now be acting in his stead as per
the Constitution
of the Republic of Ghana. It was around that time that this conversation generated. Now, when you listen to both sides, and maybe if I will have to start with what Dominic Nitiwu mentioned, you could clearly see that he just wanted to establish the inconsistency as far as the actions of the presidency is concerned. I'll tell you why. The Honorable Nitiwu's concern was that there is a helicopter that is for the state and the private jet. The president, through his office, is asking for more security details. People working with the presidential jet, people who services it. I mean, a detailed report from the SWAG, or if you like, the military persons. Now, on what basis do you use the presidential jet? Because you want certain information from the same people also managing the helicopter. Because he has used the helicopter internally. So, the Honorable Nitiwu wanted to bring out the inconsistency as far as the position of the president was concerned. Two, the Honorable Nitiwu was also of the opinion that the information that you are asking for, one way or the other, has already been provided in the handing over notes. He being the Minister of Defense, the information that you are asking for, most of which had already been provided for in the handing over notes. So whatever information that you are asking for is already with you. And some of these questions were asked during the transition period, which he provided answers to. So he does not believe that indeed that is the reason why the President of the Republic is not using the presidential jet. If it is about issues of security, why then is he now using the helicopter? Or why then did he use the helicopter internally? Because these two aircraft are being hosted by the military. And so this was what the Honorable Nitiwu wanted to portray. Under no circumstance that the Honorable Nitiwu and the minority had a problem. And that was how come we made sure that Parliament was at a standstill. The Speaker of Parliament had to suspend the House for about 30 minutes. Because at the time, the majority side wanted to portray that we had a problem with the President traveling on Emirates. No, we do not. In fact, the Honorable Nitiwu even had the occasion to say that there have been times that the ex-president, that is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, had traveled on BA because at the time he felt that it was right to do so. So there's nothing wrong if President Mahama wants to travel on Emirates. But the big question is, if you give an indication to the Ghanaian public that one, the aircraft is not serviceable, and two, because you want to be sure of the security detail around the aircraft, the inconsistency was pointed to the majority that cannot be the case because you're already using the helicopter. Now,
you know it for a fact.
No, he used it when he was going to, I think it was the north. He went to, I don't know whether it was Upper, I think Boku. Yes, I think Boku.
Right.
He used it when he was going
that's
to.
That's fine. But if we're going to proceed on this statement you just made,
right,
that the president has used a helicopter,
right,
doesn't then that tell you that the president in principle doesn't have a problem using any state facility once it is airworthy?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm telling you.
Did you get the point?
Yeah, I get the point.
So if he has a challenge with using the aircraft,
yes,
that in itself should tell you that he's not using the presidential jet because he's not been cleared to use it.
It does not lie in the mouth of the president to say that the presidential jet is not airworthy. It lies in the mouth of those who are in charge of the aircraft, to say that it is airworthy. The president is not a technical person.
But it is also possible for them to have, I'm not even saying, but I'm just saying that what would be wrong?
Right.
If, remember, Felix Ofusu-Kwakye is a minister of state in charge of government communication.
He's not. He's not. He's just the acting spokesperson. He has just been.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Acting spokesperson.
Yes.
I'm saying that, you're saying that Felix Ofusu-Kwakye could have come out
yes,
to say the things he said
right,
without recourse to exactly what the position of the.
No, I listened to Felix when Felix said that the reason why. I listened to Felix. Felix made a point on TV that His Excellency the President is not using the aircraft because his office, through Felix, has asked for the security detail around the presidential jet.
Right.
In the absence of that, they are not going to use the jet. And I'm suggesting to you that the person or the people that you are asking for such an information from them are the same people also managing the helicopter. These two, or if you like, these two aircraft are airworthy. They are serviceable. So why do you choose to use the helicopter and decide not to use the presidential jet?
And I'm always saying to you that, let's even say, granted, that Felix has asked, or I'm not going to say, it's not a Felix thing.
Right.
The government says, we want to know what the operational, the operational capacity of these machines we're talking about is.
Yes.
Right? That's fine. Now, I'm saying that if the president is now using the helicopter for some of his trips, doesn't that tell you that he is comfortable using the helicopter, which is also state-owned, because it is ready, it is airworthy. The safety, the safety and the security checks have been done.
Who says, or it is who's bound to say that it is?
No, I'm saying that. But the president will use the helicopter. If he's not been cleared to use the helicopter.
So who told him or who cleared it for him?
The same unit.
And I'm telling you that the same unit says that the presidential jet is also airworthy. It's serviceable.
Oh, you mean per the handing over notes that was given?
Yes, and even at the transition team, that is what needs to say on the floor of Parliament.
I get it now. So at what point did the communications struggle change their mind?
Yes.
Or change their position about the airworthiness of the?
And you see, on the honorable some people was talking about the fact that when the aircraft moves every 25,000 kilometers, it's supposed to be serviced.
It's supposed to be grounded and serviced, yes.
What I know is that any time that it moves for about 25 hours, you need to service it, or you need to, as it were, maintain it. The last trip that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo embarked on, if you do the calculation, even with the conservative hour of about 13 hours, that His Excellency the President used the presidential jet. So, in my estimation, it has not even reached the 25-hour threshold that it will need.
Do you know this for a fact?
No, I'm just saying that. See, I'm just saying that 25 hours is what is needed for the flight to be maintained. So if they want to use that reason for saying that the flight was used more than 25 hours for that matter, they cannot use the aircraft. I'm also suggesting to you that the president used the aircraft for about 13 hours cumulatively.
And I'm asking whether you know this for a fact.
That's what I'm telling you. That is what I've been told when I did my investigation. So I'm just saying that cannot be enough. The truth is that we should be asking the rationale behind the president's penchant of using his brother's aircraft. He is now the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Security. But does the explanation that it's not costing the taxpayer a dime Doesn't that assuage your feelings?
Two things. Franklin Kujo mentioned to you what our laws, our tax laws are.
Yeah. If it's a gift, it must be declared.
It must be declared,
Yeah,
and
per
taxes
person
have to be
taxes.
paid on that.
Okay, unfortunately, our time is up. But we would like to have this some other time. Sorry. Vincent, I'm actually enjoying Vincent's submission on this matter. But Vincent, unfortunately, our time is up.
Assumptions.
So Vincent he's been told as a matter of fact.
But-
That's 13 hours.
No, I checked from the Ministry of Defense.
Okay,
So,
all right.
No, I
It's
checked
good.
from the Ministry of
You see,
Defense.
apart from the handing over,
Yes.
which is a general document,
Okay. Public.
we wrote specifically about the health of the aircraft.
Yes.
I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
And the squadron responded that it had done its last trip.
Okay.
And they needed to service it.
Okay. All right. See,
That is
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
So-
interesting. Anyway, Uncle Sam, thank
so
you.
a man who uses the helicopter.
Yes.
If the other one was
But that's the same question I asked.
yes,
Why
if
would you
the
use
one
it?
other one was healthy.
Yeah,
yes,
why would
that's
you use
it.
it? I asked
Why
the same
wouldn't you
question.
use it?
Yes, that's the same question.